In today's video, we're giving Barbie a brand new hair makeover inspired by the Barbie Extra line. The things you're going to need are listed here. Go ahead and pause the video and come back with your supplies to follow along. The first thing we're going to do is pick our colored yarn that we would like to use, and we are going to split our yarn in half. So we're just going to roll it around and grab two pieces on each side and pull very slowly and gently, making sure that we don't tangle up the yarn as we're pulling it apart, and just keep pulling, and you should finally get 4 pieces when you come to the end. Once you split that into twos, you're going to need to split it one more time. We want to make sure that we have 4 separate strings of yarn. So we're going to take that piece and we're going to split it again. This may be a little tricky. I usually just roll it around in my fingers until I can get them apart, and then we're going to go ahead and do the same by just pulling on it lightly. Now if it starts to tangle like mine did, all you need to do is straighten it back out by just tugging on it a little bit and then pulling again. You will continue to do this for a few pieces of yarn until you have your desired amount. Make sure that your yarn isn't curly like this. You want to make sure that it's straight because this is a little hard to work with. So you want to make sure to run your fingers through it just to have it straighten out like so. You don't want to brush through it or anything because it will make it straight. So I went ahead and went with a light pink, a purple, and it gave me kind of like a crimped look, which I thought was really cool. And then we also have this blue color. This one is one that Christina requested, so we're going to do her doll first. You're going to need a rooting tool, and this is not permanent by any means. You can make this permanent by adding glue in the doll's head after rooting in the yarn, but you must let it dry. So to use your rooting tool, you're just going to slip the yarn into the top of your needle. I'm using a cut needle. I made my own, so you can do the same. Now you're just going to add your yarn into the needle, like so. I twisted mine a little bit. You don't have to do that, but you want to make sure that the little short end is very short, because the shorter it is, the easier it is to get it into the head. As you can see, some of it's still holding up, so I want to make sure to push that in. My needle started to bend, and that will happen, but it's no problem. You can continue to use that needle, just bend it with your hand or replace it with a new one. So if you mess up like I did a few times, just pull the yarn right back out. Try not to pull any of the doll's hair while you're doing this. Even though it's glued in, you can still kind of pull some out, so we don't want to do that. You just need to continue to do this throughout the doll's hair, wherever you like to have the strands. Now I was cutting mine as I go, but I always make sure to cut it a little bit longer, because after you brush through the doll's hair, you're going to notice that some of the yarn may come out or it may shed a little bit. So definitely add a little bit extra at the end, so when that does happen, you still have a lot of yarn in the doll's head. So we're just going to add a few more in the back. She didn't want a whole bunch of highlights, so we're not going to do too many on her doll. When I come back and do mine, I'll probably do a whole bunch because I want a lot of color in mine. So we're going to be turning our 2 dolls, which are the wheelchair Barbie Made to Move, into the Barbie Extra doll that you see here. So we're going to try to make her, but a little bit different. So in our next video, we will definitely show you how we do the rest of her hair. But for now, we did want to get that color in there and show you how we did that. So this is it after I've added the highlights, and I haven't brushed through it yet. Now when you brush through this, make sure you do it very gently. You don't want to pull out everything you just did. So here's what it looks like after I've brushed through, and you can see that the yarn still has that crimped look or crimped effect, and that's what I wanted, because when I braid the doll's hair with this yarn in it and boil wash it in the next video, I'm hoping that it will stay crimped and look super cute. So we're going to stop here and come back with another video where we show you how we style the rest of the doll's hair. But for now, if you want to just style your doll's hair as is, you can do that too. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you very soon with another video.